Hi, this is Dawn at Dawn's Astrological Vision. Welcome back. Stand by for Aries March 2017 General Forecast. Welcome back, Aries Sun Sign, Rising, and Moon Sign. Aries, on the 5th of March, your ruler Mars makes a favorable aspect to Saturn. There is a trine aspect between these two planets and lets us know it's time to get the show on the road. This is a super productive time because it means that hard work plus following the rules equals success. This will affect your first and ninth house. The planet Venus goes retrograde on the 4th in your sign. The Venus retrograde is a deal breaker if you're looking for a wedding date over the next 40 days. This retrograde is an important marker because Venus retrogrades less frequently than any other planet, only every year and a half. Benefic Venus conjoining your Sun or Ascendant makes you friendly, sociable, and personally appealing to others. Your charm can pave the way to romance or to the deepening of a current love relationship. If unattached, you could fall in love or meet a future spouse. You may decide to improve your appearance and enhance your personal attractiveness. However, over the next 40 days, it is not the time to act upon any unfavorable awareness. It is purely a time of evaluation rather than direct action. If little frictions and disappointments crop up, they serve to remind you that the relationship is not perfect. Under the retrograde influence, you must assess the severity of the problem and the cost benefit of the relationship. Only after Venus turns direct should you initiate any alienation if this is deemed necessary. This includes contractual agreements and partnerships other than marriage. You could be called upon to use your tact and diplomacy to smooth ruffled feathers. Venus symbolizes values, income, possessions, love, pleasure, and the finer things in life. If Venus forms harmonious aspects, you can look forward to an increase in income, a promotion at work, a pleasant vacation, and many social invitations. While Venus is retrograde, it provides lessons in evaluating the real worth and value of people and things in our lives. With existing relationships, this cycle produces experiences wherein it is easier to discern the relative worth and value of these people in our life. Discrimination is more effective now. Key dates to be cautious are from April 8th till the 15th and April 17th till the 22nd. There is a Jupiter-Uranus opposition on the 2nd that affects your 7th house of partnerships and public relations and 1st house of personality, how others see you in your immediate environment. It dares you to be your most authentic self by breaking free from societal patterns. But it might be a little harder to achieve this with Jupiter being retrograde. The Sun continues in your 12th house until the 20th. You should continue to carefully evaluate confidential affairs. Avoid any behavior that can be considered scandalous. You may still feel a need for privacy or isolation. Find time daily to recharge your physical and psychological batteries. Communications can get a little emotional on the 6th due to Mercury conjunction with Pisces Sun. This again is your 12th house of endings, places of seclusion, dreams, and retreats. On the 9th, Mars moves out of Aries into the sign Taurus until April 21st. Mars is at a disadvantage in Taurus because as an active, forward-moving energy, Mars likes to be on the go, and Taurus is the slowest sign in the zodiac. For you, Aries, this is your second house of finances, how you handle your possessions you hold dear, and what you are willing to do for money. Until April 21st, you are driven to increase your security in life. Some Aries may take on a second job or look into a money-making venture. On the other hand, be aware of excessive spending during this time. Others are just keeping their nose to the grindstone, continuing to work on things you have already begun. The Virgo full moon is on the 12th. This is your sixth house of health, work, duties, and pets. Over the next couple of days, you can use this surge of emotional energy to make positive changes to your routines. Do something to improve your work conditions if needed. Get going on your exercise or nutrition program that you've been thinking about. This may be a time when a work project comes to completion. Mercury moves into your sign, Aries, on the 17th, and the Sun moves into your sign on the 20th. Happy birthday, Aries. The solar return or the Sun transiting your first house brings about a roughly month-long period of increased optimism, assertiveness, self-confidence, and positive self-projection. Now is a time to push ahead on important personal plans and projects. Your exercise of leadership and drive is likely to meet with success now. Take steps to improve your appearance and your manner of engaging with others. First impressions are important. Avoid being too pushy and arrogant. Use your authority wisely. You can make significant personal changes during this period. A fiery spring lineup can make this year a game changer because on the first day of spring, the Aries Sun, 4 planets, and the Moon are concentrated in fire signs to signal new adventures and risk. The Aries new moon is on the 27th. If you are planning something new this year, the next couple of weeks are the right time to do so. The new moon is in your first house, and it always shines a spotlight on your appearance and perhaps some health issues. Does your appearance live up to the commanding presence you are more than capable of projecting? This is a good time to take a good close look at your clothes and make sure everything is in top-notch shape. Are you dressed for success? Always be at your best when the new moon is in the first. The new moon is bringing attention to your appearance and makes this a good time to buy new clothes, get a makeover, or start a strength training exercise program. Mercury in Aries trines Saturn, which also helps with these projects. The Jupiter and Pluto squares on the 30th, and this could bring up an important legal decision or force you to confront a moral dilemma. This affects your 7th house of partnership, contracts, the public, and 10th house of career, public standing, and authority figures. To keep goodwill, you must compromise. To grow, you must increase your education and experience. If negotiation does not elicit cooperation, it may be time to make an ultimatum. In job, business, or finance, work optimistically with a team or group effort. You can handle more than you thought you could as you bring out a great potential. Aries, your lucky days of the month are the 1st, 8th, 9th, 18th, 19th, 27th, and 28th. Aries, this completes your general forecast for the month of March. Once again, as always, I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing Dawn's Astrological Vision. Aries, have a wonderful month and have a happy birthday. Bye.